So at this point, you might be wondering, when we come up with the vibration number at the end, when we were doing the outer path, or the path destiny number, or the soul number, and we came up with our final number for that person, in this case for our example with Ada Winlund, how do we know what her personality is? Where are we getting that information? Well, the truth is that there are a lot of numerology books out there, and if you get a really good numerology book, you will find out that actually this has been um, already built or constructed, or however you want to, after much research, people had compiled these libraries in which they have numbers like, let's say, from 1 to 44 or 1 to 78, and they have divided them on path of destiny number, soul number, life path number. And so the only thing you need to do is, once you find a number of the main vibration, look under, I'm gonna actually give you some tables with information. That way, let's say that in the example her vibration number was 11, but yours came out 8, and of course you want to know your vibration number, so you will be able to look on these tables I'm going to give you under the resources on the course, and you can look under number 8 and find out if your personality matches what you got there. So that's how we're getting the different personalities and events and things so far. Of course, right now we're just doing the general view. Remember that this is very basic numerology. This is what, if you go to a numerologist online, or sometimes people do this for entertainment. They're not really numerologists or mathematicians or anything like that, but it's more like a pop culture kind of thing for entertainment. A lot of people make really good money doing this. So you might find there's actually software that does that for you. So they will be giving you the first 4 numbers. And so this is what we're covering right now, but obviously this is not what the course mainly is about, since we're gonna be going deeper into the soul contract and the divine triangle, which is what they normally don't teach you in a numerology class. And that really gets a little spooky, because it comes out to be extremely accurate for each person. All right, so you're also gonna encounter on your resources a table for the significance of the first vowel in your name, and they are normally a few letters that are extremely important, and these are the main ones: A, E, I, O, U, and Y. The Y normally comes from the sounds. Of course, I told you, very related with the Jewish Kabbalah, so a lot of the sounds come from that. But people that have their name starting with an A are bold and independent. They're inquisitive, interested in research, and there are people that really know what they want and why they want it. And A is the first vowel, and they are, if you have 2 A's in your entire name, you're a clear thinker. A is the first vowel. If there are more than 3 A's, it can be that you're egotistical, cynical, and even critical. Now, what about E? E, as the first vowel in your first name, you're going to have an eventful and exciting life. You're very versatile, very expansive. You have the ability to learn easily, but maybe nervous and temperamental. E is the first vowel. If there are more than 3 E's in the name, you might be fickle in nature. What about I? Well, people that have I as the first vowel in their first name are intuitive and interested in the arts and drama and science. And if you have more than 3 I's in your name, you might be sensitive, shy, and sometimes emotional. Remember that we're going by the sounds now of the first vowel in your first name. So with O, you're somebody that is frank, you're methodical, You are someone that believes in the system and order and law. If O is the first vowel in your name and there are more than 3 O's in your name, you can be the opposite. You can be slow, you can be obstinate and monotonous. That means that you don't like to change much. What about you? You as the first vowel in your first name. Remember, we're not talking about the last name. We're talking about your first name. You have a universal mind. You're a humanitarian. You have great ideas and a broad viewpoint. And you'd like to accumulate a lot of material things. If you is the first vowel in your name and you have more than 3, you might be experiencing loss through your life because of selfishness. And sometimes if you have a W as the first letter in your name, this is in Kabbalah we call W the W, you get it? And so sometimes you might be it's like you have 2 U's in your name, so you might be experiencing some you'll be like a collector of sorts. So it might vibrate strongly for you. And then Y as the first vowel, remember it has the same significance as E and I together. So Y, the sound in Jewish or Hebrew, might be more closely related to the vowels E and I together. These, of course, determines where how you pronounce it, but for example, we see these on the name May or Wayne, in which Y is not a vowel, and Y has a separate sound, as in the name Floyd. And so this counts as a double vowel, or what they call a diphthong. Harry is another example of a name like this. Pythagoras considered Y a high mystical letter, and he actually wanted this. I think this is kind of funny, but at one point he wanted to take the name Jaranchaira to experience its vibration at first hand. So if the name contains 2 vowels together, such as the name Faith, then normally we read qualities of both vowels. So Faith indicates a person who's independent, interested in research, and also very intuitive, a lover of music in the arts. And the name Faith Hill comes to mind. And so we don't count the vowels in your name beyond the first vowel combination unless they are identical adjoining vowels later in the name. So if you have a name like Faith May Winter, for example, AI will be the first vowel. There are a lot of names that have 2 of these letters together, like Aaron, for example, May, Faith, Audrey, Diane, Pierce, John, Joel, Lois, Floyd, Luana, Sue, Quomodo, Guy. So all of these names combine the qualities of the 3 vowels. Later on in the resources, you will find a list of vowels in which gives the meanings of the individual letters of the alphabet. That way, if your name doesn't start with one of these major ones, then you will know your qualities or what qualities the sound of the first letter and vowel of your name give. I'll see you in the next video when we're going to explore what is your personal year, your period numbers, and your personal month.